Hello there everyone and welcome to a brand new video today on this channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing the only Formula E car in the Forza Motorsport 5 game, which is the E-Dams. First things first, the car is in the A class, alongside vehicles such as the McLaren MP412C and the Ferrari 458 Italia, which seems quite strange because it's the slowest car in the category by quite a margin if you exclude the Ford RS200 Evolution, the KTM Expo R and the Lotus 211 that are all in the 5-speed range, but the E-Dams are the lowest on speed. It's there because its acceleration is 8.8 out of 10 and the launch is 9.1 out of 10. Another important thing is that the braking is 7.8 out of 10. On to the general feel of the car then, and the car is very twitchy. Going into corners, even with full traction control enabled, the car just doesn't want to go the correct way. However, these twitches are very little, so it just require a small correction. The big problem is that going into tight and twisty sections, like the Maggots and Beckett section at Silverstone, the twitches get bigger and there's a big chance of spinning out. Apart from that, the general feel is actually alright. With a top speed of about 150 miles an hour, it's not the fastest car in the world either. That's just above 214 kilometers per hour terms. However, this allows for the car to be very reactive under braking, with a horsepower of about 270 brake horsepower. The braking is very responsive, too responsive sometimes, so if you quickly pound your foot onto the brake pedal, the rear just wants to step out when going into corners. It's all about being careful and control with the Formula E cars. I'm afraid it isn't really a car where you can take too many risks and push hard in compared to other cars such as the 2013 Chevrolet Team Penske Derala DW12 that features in the IndyCar series. That's pretty much impossible to spin in, but it's a fantastic car to take loads of risks in, so if you want to have a lot of fun, try that. Anyway, back to the review of this car, and a quote that amazed me is that Iono truly believes that it's like driving a Formula 1 car. Now this shocks me quite a lot. Unless the Formula E car in-game is an unfair representation of the real-life vehicle, then Jarno is talking rubbish, quite frankly. The car is nothing like driving a Formula 1 car, with having to be tentative getting to corners and the rear stepping out at tight and twisty sections, but it's nothing like an F1 car because that's exactly the opposite. However, we've been a bit unfair to it because we're saying around tracks that it's not used to, and tracks that it shouldn't really be racing around, because the tracks that it should be racing around is street circuits, like Long Beach, which is pretty much its hometown on this game. It's a lot nicer to drive on there. The track's actually in the game purely for this car, and I can see why. Even though the rear still steps out, you can take a lot more risks with it. It's really responsive under braking, it's a good track to have some fun on, because it actually feels good. Like at Silverstone and Catalonia, which is the laps I did as well, it just felt very tentative and you had to struggle around it. Whereas with like a Formula 1 car, it's very nice. With some of the A-class cars like the McLaren and the Ferrari, it seems quite nice as well. And even with like the KTM and the Lotus 211, to be quite frankly, it seems quite nice on them tracks. But at the end of the day, the Formula E car shouldn't be on those tracks, it should be on street circuits. So I can understand why they put Long Beach in the game, you should have a lot more fun with that on there. But apart from that track really, it's a poor car. It's a good car to drive around Long Beach with, but any other circuits I just don't like it. I don't think it's very enjoyable to drive. And it's a very tricky car in the braking zones to drive. You can't push hard in the braking zones. You have to brake exactly when the braking tells you to on the suggested line, or else you're going off the track. My rating would probably be a 4 out of 10. It's a poor car, but an interesting one at the same time around tracks like Long Beach. But if you want a challenge, I'd definitely go to places like Spa, Silverstone, or even the Top Gear test track, because that'd be quite interesting to race around. I haven't actually raced around that. But I'll leave you now with a hot lap around the Catalonia circuit. Make sure to put your thoughts on the car in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.